Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day, evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. I hope you enjoyed the episode with Ryan Gavalier, counting down our top 5 Christmas specials. To continue with the Christmas theme, I'm going to be doing an album spotlight in this segment, and this is on an artist I have not covered yet on the channel. The artist is Al Di Meola, and the album is Winter Nights. Now, unless you have to be living in a cave and are not familiar with jazz fusion, Al Di Meola, jazz fusion guitarist, multi-instrumentalist extraordinaire, um, has released a multitude of albums, too many to mention, too many for me to even try and do an album ranking on my own. He released his debut solo release in 1976 through Columbia called Land of the Midnight Sun. And his most recent release was studio release, I should say, was 2020's Across the Universe, which was a Beatles cover album featuring 14 cuts, some well-known tracks, some not so well-known tracks. Featured on that album, I've listened to it a couple of times, is a cover called The Golden Slumber Suite, which incorporates tracks from the medley on side 2 of Abbey Road. He has, again, released a multitude of albums. Again, too many to mention. He is an artist that is simply fantastic. He can shred when he needs to, or his version of shredding, but he also has a fantastic, delicate touch on the acoustic guitar and electric guitar. Winter Nights, released in October of 1999, October 14th to be exact, produced by Al Di Meola, released through the Telarc label, reaching number 15 in the contemporary jazz charts. The reason why I chose this album to talk about today is because it is basically a winter album / Christmas album with a bit of a twist. There are 15 cuts on this album. There are some original compositions by Mr. Di Meola, also some Christmas standards, some Christmas carols. But on this album, you have Al Di Meola on acoustic guitars, keyboards, percussion, mixing of the album. You have Roman Rinkiv on bandura, and you have Herman Romero on acoustic guitar, also does mixing, plays percussion, and shaker. This is a fantastic album. I have said before that there are albums that give you a certain feeling, a sense, a warm feeling. Let's say there are seasonal albums. Okay, example: Pat Metheny's Secret Story. For me, that is a summer evening album. You play that, you can feel the warmth coming in from the open windows, nice summer breeze coming in. Okay. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood. Play that album, and you are transported into jolly old England. Okay. And you're sitting around a campfire with the flames keeping you warm, and you're drinking a cup of mead, and you're transported back into that time period. And Songs from the Wood for me is very much a autumn album. You can just sit there wrapped up in a blanket on your couch, again with the lights off. The only light coming in the room is maybe a light coming off from the fireplace, and the light coming from the stereo. No other lights are necessary, and you're just sort of transported into that time. This album, Winter Nights, is that very same album. Okay, you put this on, you've got no lights on, you've got a cup of coffee with you or tea. I'm not a drinker of alcohol, so that ain't gonna happen. Or you have the stereo lights on, and that is the only light you need in the room, aside from maybe a fire in the fireplace. This is a fantastic winter type-esque album. Starts off with the original composition, Zima. Beautiful acoustic guitar, very intricate guitar lines, very intricate passages. He does a lot of point counterpoint with melodies, uh, sort of like a call and answer with regards to the acoustic guitars. Fantastic. Next up is the standard Carol of the Bells. You know, a good version of it. He again, all of these compositions, he makes them their own. Okay. Next up is one of four little interludes. This one is called Winterlude Duet number 1, written by Roman Rimkiv and Al Di Meola. Just like a minute, almost like a little interlude, a minute 27 seconds. Next up is his version of Greensleeves, which is credited to Traditional. So I'm not sure who wrote the track. After that is a fantastic version of Mercy Street from Peter Gabriel. Great, great. Next up is a Christmas standard. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Beautiful version. I've always loved that song. I've always loved it. And again, Al Di Meola's version of it with the acoustic guitars intertwining around one another, melodies upon melodies interwoven together. Just beautiful, beautiful. After that is another winterlude, a little snippet called Winterlude number 2 that clocks in at 51 seconds. Midwinter's Night comes next, which is an original composition from Al Di Meola. Next up, beautiful. Again, all these compositions that he does are fantastic. Next up is Scarborough Fair, which is also credited to Traditional. Again, fantastic melodic, interwoven acoustic guitar melodies. Beautiful. Call and answer, call and response. Kind of a setup in terms of the arrangements. Next up is Winterlude number 3, solo composition, only 41 seconds. Credited to Roman Rinkiv. Next up is, after that is The First Noel. Fantastic, fantastic. It literally, you are sitting there, you've got the lights off, you've got your eyes closed, you are taken on a journey. You're not in your body, okay? You are taken on a journey. You could be dreaming and you wouldn't care. You know what I mean? It's that intoxicating for me to listen to. After this is, after The First Noel, is an original composition from Al Di Meola called Inverno, which is Italian for winter or wintertime, winter. Beautiful, beautiful piece, beautiful, majestic. If anybody can conjure up and arrange a majestic piece of music on an acoustic guitar, it is Al Di Meola. Okay, it is. After Inverno comes another original composition from Al Di Meola called First Snow. Beautiful, melodic, amazing, lovely piece. Last of the Winterlude tracks, Winterlude number 4 from Mr. Di Meola is track 14. Again, beautiful, haunting, majestic. And he ends off the album with a beautiful rendition of Ave Maria. I've always loved this track. And it holds a special place for me in my heart. What I like about this version of this track of Ave Maria is he does it in such an intricate arrangement that you can't really tell it is Ave Maria until you're well ensconced in the song. Just amazing, very haunting, very beautiful. Album's great. Clocks in at 50 minutes, 53 seconds. Beautiful. If you want an album that you can put on when you come home from work or from school, whatever your stress level is, Put this album on, let it play. You don't have to crank it. It can just be sort of like low in the background. But you know what? You will be entranced by this album, by the compositions, by the playing. It is simply amazing. So please, if you haven't listened to it yet, check it out. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Discogs. You can, for as low on Discogs as $2.99, actually. You can even stream this on YouTube. Please check this album out. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. And again, just check it out. What do you have to lose? Right? So please, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Please look after yourselves and one another. I've been advertising this. I've been talking to Bill Schuster. Bill, his son Neil, Ryan Gavalier, and the one and only Mr. Peter Kent from the Lizard King channel are going to eventually do an Black Sabbath album ranking. 19 albums to rank. It is going to be a long one. If you thought that the Pink Floyd album ranking was long, this is going to be long. Okay, so please tune in for that. We have that to look forward to. I am Armando Venditti signing off for now. Wishing you guys having a good day. Please look after yourselves and one another. Bye for now.